Culligan Water for $15 per month.
A lot of us donate to places like Goodwill, but did you know that you can donate your clothes at certain department stores and get a discount on new clothes?
Department stores and other retail stores have programs that support all different kinds of things, and they may be international programs giving clothing away to needy people all over the world.
Lisa Freeman, co-host of the Hot Shopping Tips podcast, says you can donate any brand of clothes to H&M and they will give you a 10% discount on new clothes.
Madewell, which sells jeans and other things, will take back your jeans and give you a $20 credit toward a new pair of jeans. And the old jeans that they take become insulation for low-income housing.
Like Madewell, there are certain stores that only take their brand of clothes as a donation.
Eileen Fisher is the queen of recycling. They give you $5 for every Eileen Fisher piece of clothing that you send back to them, which is really cool because they turn those clothes into other clothes.
There are plenty of stores that give discounts for donations. Levi's gives a 20% discount. The North Face offers a $10 credit to put towards your next $100 purchase.
If there's a particular retailer that you really love, look up the name of that retailer and the words recycling program and see if they give you discounts for trading in old clothes.
Nordstrom, REI, Charming Charlie, and Ann Taylor might not give discounts, but they do work with Give Back Box. Anytime you order online from them, you can put your used clothes in the shipping box and use the free label to send it off for them to donate for you. If giving back to your community is more important, Goodwill is always the best place to donate, Freeman says.
All the clothing and other items that you donate to Goodwill go to supporting local employment and job training programs in your area. And of course, you'll get a receipt so you can get a tax credit.
Most department stores give a tax credit too, but you might have to go online to get it. Just make sure you do your research.
If you are donating clothes to a retail operation, find out where the clothes go and what causes those proceeds go towards.
We're along the U.S.-Mexico border tomorrow where families remain separated. We're talking to a group working with those families and asylum seekers who want to give you a better sense at what's happening as immigration remains a hot topic leading up to the midterms.
I'm sure you've noticed, and it's obvious now, we're headed for a cool night tonight now that the cooler air is flowing into the state. 75 the temperature tomorrow. Look at how briefly that impacts central Indiana because temperatures as we get to the weekend jump right back into the 80s with a little humidity. That's all for the Now Indy. The news at 6 starts right now.
From the station working for you, this is RTV6 News at 6.
They're not doing anything about it, and they're going to leave these animals just to suffer, and it's just sad.
Now at 6, people in Kokomo are calling on animal control to protect sick dogs left outside by their owner. We're investigating what's going on and what officials are doing about it.
That our policy is that these do need to be parked on a bike rack.
Indiana University is cracking down on electric scooters. What parking them in the wrong place could mean for the company that owns them. School. Today, I dig into the plan for schools in my hometown of Anderson and show you what I found out firsthand. Tonight, there are people concerned about dogs being neglected in Kokomo. RTV6's Stephanie Wade spoke with 2 women who have contacted animal control to look into the matter, but say not enough is being done to protect these animals. She's in Kokomo with the organization's response.
Neighbors and people who drive by say they're worried that 2 sick dogs are being neglected here. Take a look at these pictures. They've contacted animal control several times, but say they're not happy with their response.
All matted up, no water, no shelter, even in the rain. You know, no food.
Casmira Thompson was appalled driving down East North Street when she saw 2 dogs in a front yard in this condition.
They were very matted. The one had poop dried up all around his hind end. When the one was standing up, the tan and white one, he kind of looked like the genital area or her genital area. It was all swollen. It was red. It didn't look good.
Both she and a neighbor say they've called animal control multiple times. The Humane Society says they spoke with the dog owner, and at least one of the dogs has parvovirus.
If these animals are out there and they're allowed to be tied up on the lawn with parvo, not only is it going to be horrible for them, the death that they're going to have to die, but any other animals that come in contact with them are possibly going to be contaminated. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, so if she's walking by, you know, that's a health hazard for her.
Thompson was so worried she filed a complaint with the health department. I tried talking to the dog owner myself. Hello? But no one came to the door. Next, I went to the Humane Society. The executive director told me they are investigating. They've given the owner 1 week to take care of the dogs and groom them. After that week, they'll be back to follow up, as will we. In Kokomo, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Pals for Paws Animal Rescue says they offered to pay for the dog's vet bills and would groom the dogs themselves. The dog owner denied them, but the rescue says their offer still stands. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast, and what a difference 24 hours makes. Yesterday in the 80s, today much cooler after that early round of heavy rain. Well, will the cooler temps last? Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking that tonight.
We've got about 24 hours. The clock is ticking, and then the warmth returns. Eagle Creek had just over a ½ inch of rain this morning. Maybe you heard a rumble of thunder. Obviously, there were no severe storms, but there were pockets that had more rain than other spots. Terre Haute's one that had over ½ inch. Didn't get the streets wet in Lafayette. Bloomington missed out. You can see Shelbyville with some rain. Tomorrow, we'll have more, and I think on the similar timing in the morning hours. I show you showers and thunderstorms just south of the viewing area, and they'll continue to move away from Jackson County and move southeast of Seymour, cross Interstate 65 and head toward the Ohio River. Temperatures for us around 70 in Indy. It's in the low 60s up in Cass County. Zionsville's at 68, Lafayette at 62. The coolest night in the entire 7-day planner is ahead thanks to the north wind pushing the warm temperatures south of the Ohio River. We'll wake up to temperatures in the 50s, but we've got to talk about rain timing for your Friday and the weekend. We'll do all of that shortly.
Electric scooters seem to be everywhere these days, but not parking them in the right place at Indiana University could mean they get impounded. RTV6's Derek Thomas is working for you, looking at the new rules as the university begins fining the scooter companies big bucks after hundreds of scooters are dumped all over campus.
Since September 19th, the university has impounded 150 scooters. They don't want to do that, but they want to make a point. These are photographs of those impounded scooters. They won't be released to the rental companies until they pay a fine. That could be $50 or more per scooter, depending on what area the scooter was left in.
They're blocking an ADA ramp, if they are blocking a sidewalk, if they're blocking an access way somewhere, then that makes it unsafe for other people who are walking along and could run into them. So this is really a way that we're trying to incentivize people to do the right thing.
Law student Will McEhaney admits he didn't know the proper place to park the scooter.
I don't know if people will learn a lesson. The company will probably learn a lesson and try to make it more clear on their app. There was nothing that really told me that I needed to park it in a bike rack after, so I guess if enough of them get impounded, they'll learn their lesson and make riders know.
Riders are learning. We watched as riders placed the scooter at the bike rack, but one rider wished the impound wasn't necessary.
The impounding doesn't really seem totally necessary, but it's necessary if nobody's respecting them.
Respect is expected to grow. The rental companies are not going to like paying the fines to get all these scooters released. In Bloomington, Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Bird has paid the fines for 15 of their scooters. Those scooters have been released back to them. One other note, as we reported yesterday, this week the city of Indianapolis plans to start enforcing the ordinance that regulates where scooters can be parked. The plan is to ticket every scooter parked illegally. City ordinance says scooters must be parked with 4 feet of passable sidewalk space. They can't block driveways or sidewalk ramps. They must be parked away from entrances or exits of businesses or homes and must be parked upright. Each ticket costs $25. Bird and Lime said they might pass those fines off to the last person who rode the scooter. All week long, RTV6 is looking into school safety across multiple districts throughout central Indiana. We're asking each district the same questions and bringing you their school safety plan. We're working for you so you know what your school is doing to keep students safe. Tonight, I take you inside Anderson Community Schools, where I found out security starts at the front door.
Once they get into the office, they then will go through a secondary door to get into the academic wing.
At Highland Middle School, getting in the building is a process. There are 2 sets of doors at the entrance. Visitors buzz and check in to be let through. And the security measures don't end there.
Grab the door and they can't get in, they're going to move on.
Once a classroom door shuts, it locks, meant to keep an intruder out.
On a normal day, we've got 1,500 kids in this building who walk freely, go to class freely, and we have no problems. If there's somebody that shouldn't be in this building roaming the halls, we need to make sure that in that 15 to 30 second range, we can secure the class, get the kids out of sight, and make sure that they're not in harm's way.
Anderson Community Schools Superintendent Tim Smith walked me through Highland, pointing out various safety features. He tells me there are security measures in place at every school in the district. There's even crisis training for educators.
So our goal is to make sure that our staff is prepared to respond and react appropriately to keep themselves and our kids safe if something were to ever happen.
You'll see school resource officers roaming Highland Middle School and Anderson High, metal detecting wands, and more security that's not in plain sight. How do you feel about the school and safety?
I think it's pretty good.
The Fetties tell me they feel their son is safe at Erskine Elementary.
You have to be buzzed in. That's what I like, because I don't like the fact that if you'd be able to just walk right into a school.
And Dr. Smith says Anderson schools will continue to stay on guard.
Every day we have to be on our top priority alertness for our kids and our staff.
I also learned schools have driver's license scanning devices in the office to make sure visitors spending some time in the building aren't a threat. And those secure double doors, well, the plan is to put those in every school in the district. Dr. Smith told me that even though you might not be able to stop every crisis, you can do your best to guard against it. RTV6 has collected school safety information from several districts across central Indiana. You can head to the indychannel.com/school safety. There, you'll be able to view the safety measures for each school that RTV6 visited. And tonight at 11, we will take our questions to Shelbyville School District and bring you a look at their plan for student safety. Congratulations tonight to a Lawrence Township teacher named the best in the state. The State Department of Education today honored Tamara Markey as the state's 2019 Teacher of the Year. Markey teaches pre-engineering at the McKinsey Center for Innovation and Technology. Markey is a graduate of Purdue with a degree in industrial engineering and a master's in engineering technology education. She will now represent Indiana in the National Teacher of the Year competition. Former Colts coach Tony Dungy was back in town today, but his message had nothing to do with football. He's asking you to open your heart to a child. We'll explain still ahead. It's a short week for the Colts with their game tonight in New England. So how do they recover from Sunday's loss to the Texans? We'll hear from Andrew Luck coming up in sports.
And in the short term, all eyes on the thermometer. Very comfortable. Temperatures in the 50s in the morning, but we're headed back into the 80s. We'll talk about when the warmest air returns coming up.
Trey Hollingsworth, and I approve this message.
From the station working for you, this is RTV6 News at 6.
A familiar face returned to Indiana today to talk about something near and dear to his heart. Not football, but kids. Former Colts coach Tony Dungy returned to Lucas Oil Stadium to help raise awareness about the need for foster and adoptive parents. He was joined by Governor Holcomb and the Department of Child Services. They kicked off a new partnership and campaign with All Pro Dad, the fatherhood program of Family First. Dungy is the national spokesperson for All Pro Dad, and he knows firsthand about making a difference in the life of a child in need. He and his wife have 10 children, 7 of whom are adopted, and they also foster children.
But it's been awesome, but it started with us getting the message about the need. We were like probably so many people, just cruising along, not knowing that there was a need, and that's what our mission is.
Right now in Indiana, there are more than 15,000 children in foster care. If you would like to find out more about how you can change the life of a child, you can call 1-833-4IN-KIDS.